there's this mindset that's willing to pay for, sacrifice, and build everything but the relationship. That's just supposed to just happen.
It's interesting that you said that, because I learned how to be in a relationship and work hard for a relationship with you. You know, me, like a lot of the other women that I know, just think that because you love someone and they love you and you decide to commit, that's it.
What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que mi gente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all the passport ready. A passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for you, living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, with this beautiful wife of mine over here, Miss Pro for you.
Hello, saludos. Hi, everybody.
How you doing today, Miss Pro?
I am doing great, mi amor. I have a really cool story. So the other day, in the middle of the night, I go to my husband. Hi, mi amor. I want something sweet, but we don't have anything in the refrigerator to make something sweet. And my husband said, da 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 da, put on his Superman thing and made a double fudge brownie, peanut butter, double fudge chocolate chip peanut butter brownie. Oh, it was so good. Love it, baby.
Came through. Got my original, you know what I'm saying? Original West Coast brownies. You know what I mean?
And he kicks me out of the kitchen. He says I can't be there and I can't be around and I need to leave.
Yeah.
But
it took a while to get her used to stay out of here.
So
I
rude.
got this. Yeah. Don't come walking by. Don't come trying to, I just need to get this out of the refrigerator.
Find every excuse in the book. I'm banned and prohibited from the kitchen when he's cooking.
But when they came through, about that life.
And they were like chewy, but it had like a little bit of crunch on the edges. Oh, he did such a good job.
I do that.
That.
So, Miss Pro, besides, you know what I'm saying, looking like my little fine librarian with the, with the Miss Librarian glasses on, besides that, what do we have for them today?
So, mi amor, today's video is for our relationship people, for our relationship men, for our relationship women. And by the way, shout out to our relationship ladies. I see in the comment section, we've noticed that a lot of you are coming in. And my husband, he's so cool. He calls you the fellettes.
The fellas and the fellettes.
So when we see a girl, he's like, oh, look, a fellet. I'm like, a fellet, yay!
She
so
couldn't
excited.
wait for the fellas to trickle in. Boy, she was feeling lonely out here.
The amount of testosterone in our comment section was too much. Too much.
So ladies, she's glad you're here.
Welcome.
I'm glad you're here.
Love you.
Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. So the thing is, some of the fellas and some of the ladies have been asking us about men and women here and in other countries.
Right.
You know, here's a secret. Like, most of the advice and insight that we give, even though it's DR specific, it works across the board.
Right. So if you're taking the trips and you meet someone you really like and he or she seems to really like you, I mean, why be resistant to it?
Exactly. I think social media has us thinking that we know everything. We already know all the statistics. We know the end results before it even begins. Look, we already have our own individual histories that we've stumbled through. I mean, our whole lives. All these years, we've created our own history. And I mean, that particular history has made us who we are. And that's already enough. But now we're dragging all of Facebook's relationship baggage, all of Instagram's relationship baggage, all the TikToks. Oh my God.
A lot of baggage.
TikTok and all of YouTube's relationship baggage. So by the time we meet someone, we're baggaged out.
We've forgotten that life is about the journey. It's about new experiences, and those new experiences come with a little bit of excitement, and they come with a little bit of fear, mi amor. And you know, relationships, they do too. It's the same thing. That's why we've spent the last few videos kind of like reeling it back. You know, we want to bring it back to the basics so we can go through it with you one step at a time, all over again.
Exactly. I remember when, for those of you that are of age, we used to call it getting to first base. You know, guys would try to get to first base while playing for the home run.
Oh.
Fellas, you know what I'm talking about.
Fellas, we know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
First base was like a kiss. Second base, a French kiss. Third base was getting a little touchy-feely. Was that what third base was?
I don't know.
Little touchy, get a little, you know what I mean? Hey, fellas, you already know. And the home run was the home run. Hit that thing out the park. But the point is,
yes,
it's always been one step at a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would strike out. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the game, you know, but the journey to get the home run was always exciting.
Yeah, you know, we have to get back to enjoying the relationship journey one step at a time, one phase at a time. And that's like the foundation for long distance relationships too.
It is. I mean, you know, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
We already know what's the worst that can happen. You know,
we've heard some stories.
You know, what's the best that can happen?
Also heard some good stories.
I think men and women have strayed away so far away from good love and good relationships that I got love. We got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Shout out to the supporters of the channel.
Shout out to the supporters.
Ooh, it's been a while.
Oh, God.
We're here to celebrate our supporters.
Thank you so much.
The first one.
Who's the first one?
He's so OG. He has his own version of his name.
He does? Who's
International
that?
Quiet Storm.
Oh, El Señor Quiet Storm International.
Thank you for supporting the channel.
Gracias, señor.
We appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you.
LPP fam. The next one.
Who's the next person?
This is an OG too.
OG.
And I like saying his name
What's his
because
name?
the way I say it is Clizap Bizak.
El Señor Clap Back.
Yes. Clap back. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you.
Gracias,
Thank you for
señor.
supporting the channel.
Thank you.
LPP fam.
Hey.
Now this one right here, this one is special. I mean, they all special, but this one right here, this is a supporter of the channel, a new supporter of the channel. This is a sponsor of the video.
The sponsor.
Yes. Brianna A.
La señora Brianna.
Yes. Let the ladies in the house say, ow.
Oh.
Thank you so much. We love you.
Brianna.
We appreciate you.
Welcome to LPP.
LPP fam. We got love. We got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Back to the video. That we become relationship weak instead of relationship strong. You know, in some of our older videos, we've talked about how there was no one to support our long distance relationship. For example, you know, we went through a long distance relationship, and at that time, it felt like there was really no one that kind of supported it, where we really didn't even want to talk about it that much after we had been together, you know, for a while. At first, everybody was excited, but after a while, it kind of plays out. And on my side, it's like, you know, the homies are like, oh man, you still going to see her? You know, that's all you going to see. And, you know, like,
it's real interesting that you say that, because in the moment of it all, we didn't really realize what was happening. What we felt was we have something beautiful going on, and we feel almost bad about it, talking to other people about it. Like, they made us feel like you're either, wasting your time, or you're stupid, or you're doing something bad, or all of the negative things that you hear people say. And it was crazy. So we ended up having to just keep it to ourselves. And we do what we do, and nobody else. And we kind of still keep to ourselves. I think we learned from that.
We did learn.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you had your experiences with your people and your friends. Sometimes you would try to.
People would say, "Oh, are you sure he's not married? Are you sure he doesn't have like another family over there?" And then people were saying all types of things to him about our relationship
We still going to see her, and the crazy part is, at first, everybody's excited about who you met. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after a while, it becomes like, like
that's all you talk about.
Why does it bother them? I don't know. But for those of you that don't know, that's one of the stages. Be prepared for it, And the thing is, that's what we had to endure with the LDR. But now, it's evolved to no one supporting your LDR or your LR, which is your longest relationship or your local relationship.
And who would have thought that would happen?
Exactly. I mean, it feels like the mission to turn our backs on relationships seems to be almost complete these days.
See, but turning your back on a relationship is really turning your back on love. And when you turn your back on love, like, what's left? Like, what else is there? Like, what are you supposed to do now? What's supposed to happen now?
And exactly. And the thing is, all you got to do is check out social media to see what's left, really. It's like a wasteland in a sci-fi movie where the relationship people are underground, a secret society of couples that love each other, photo albums, you got to keep those in the secret compartment under the bed, just all kinds of things.
Hey, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of X-Men. When the X-Men had to like live underground or under like the sewers or whatever, because they couldn't let anybody know that they had like superpowers. So like people in relationship can't let anybody know that they're like the X-Men of love and relationship.
We have the super relationship powers.
Because we'll get like persecuted,
Yeah, you got to walk around and kind of be quiet in public. You can't, let everybody know, like, I love her. This is our relationship. We're together.
And we're really happy. Oh, no. Woo!
It seems like that when you look at social media and just the environment these days, just the way things are. It's like, you can't just put out the like relationships and all this relationship. You're like, man, he's still talking about that. He don't want to hear about that anymore.
It's been 14 years. Stop it already.
Exactly. And the thing is, I mean, relationships just aren't considered exciting when really they should be the most exciting. I mean, we watch Netflix together, and we chill together.
We do.
We go places and look forward to it being empty.
Ooh.
So we can act up by ourselves while filming videos for you guys. If you haven't noticed, there's some clips that we couldn't show you, but we just enjoy ourselves. I get to the editing table and be like, no, can't show that.
He's right. We go to places and we scope it out and we're like, that's alone. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Because we enjoy our company.
We do. And I mean, this is us. And I mean, isn't it supposed to be like that? You're supposed to enjoy being with the person you're with. And I mean, it's just a beautiful thing to celebrate relationships like that. It's supposed to be like that. It's actually not supposed to irritate people.
That's crazy.
That you like that.
Yeah,
and that you love that. And that you're telling people that they can have that. And all like, we don't want to hear that no more. What's up with the long game? Have you noticed the farther we get from relationships, the more hatred rises up out of people? It's because you've never seen a happy hermit.
Oh.
Have you? Yeah, when you look at hermits, they're always angry, always, bothered by the people that are smiling and happy and all that. Like, what's all this happiness?
Oh,
what's
like
all this?
Scrooge.
Yeah,
like
what hermits?
He was miserable.
Yeah. Him and all his money.
Wait, and then he got with Daisy, and then he was like in love and happy.
Yep. And the thing is, it's like,
Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
Ah.
It's because of the blame war. You know, I don't call it, you know, I no longer call it the gender war or all these other things. It's the blame war because it's all about blame. And when you're stuck in blame and refuse to go any further, resentment festers. You know, it's because you're waiting on the other person to what? Change. Grab one that's worth it and change together. Right?
You're setting yourself up for failure. If you get with someone and the whole time that you're with them, you want them to change, you need them to be this, you need them to be that, or you're waiting for them to do this, or you're waiting for them to do that. Like, just be happy with the person that you're with. That's a big deal too.
Yeah.
That's a big deal too. So that blaming someone because you're not this or you're not that is, I see a lot of that on social media too.
Don't expect someone to change because of the big picture that everybody's talking about, because of the talking points and all that. You know, it's just not a thing. And here's the thing: if it's all the women's fault, does it really matter? You don't need all the women. You just need one. You know, for you sophisticated gentlemen, maybe two. You know, and for the ladies, does it really matter if it's all the men's fault? You don't need all the men. You just need one. You know what I mean? And I mean, the thing is, it's a trip how people run with the blanket accusations. All the women are like this. You know, usually something unpleasant. But if all the women are like this, then that means all the men are like that. You know, or vice versa. But the person saying it always puts themselves as an exception to the rule. You know,
Furus.
Yeah, they're an exception to the rule. But here's the thing: if they're an exception to the rule, man, you're an exception to the rule. There's women that are exception to the rule, so you're okay. Ladies, if you're an exception to the rule, that means there's men that are exception to the rule as well. So you're okay. You know, and when I was talking about, you know, you don't need each other and all that, I said need on purpose. You know, it's cool and wrong to say you don't need a man. It's cool and wrong to say you don't need a woman. God didn't make us to not need each other. He would have added a third human being as an option. He didn't. It's just men and women. It's just us. And we really look foolish trying to be right when we're wrong. You know?
He said something really interesting and it made me think of the Furus. A Furu is a fake guru. I learned that the other day. I haven't stopped saying it. Every time somebody talks to me about it, I'm always like, oh, Furu. So I'm always talking about it now. And they seem to be the gurus who know absolutely everything about relationships and have never been in a successful relationship.
No, not
in
one.
They speak from a place of hurt and anger and disappointment and
failure.
Who could cause the biggest scandal on social media to get the most views? So I have something else to add to what you said. We were talking about women needing men and men needing women. And men needing women, sorry. When a woman says that she doesn't need a man, what happens then? Like, what does she do? She ends up lying to herself. And then she does things to try to make everyone else, including herself, believe it. You know, but deep down inside, she really still desires one. She really still needs a man. And I guess because she doesn't have one at the moment, it's easier to say bad things about them, or exactly. I don't need one, or I'm not settling, or I'm not something or another out there, you know, and but she still deep down wants a man.
I mean, you know, when a man says he doesn't need a woman, what does he do? The same thing. Lie to himself, then do things to try to make everyone believe it, including himself. When we say we don't need each other, the thing is, what we really mean is we don't need a relationship, which is saying we don't need love. Is that true? We don't need love?
I mean, once you don't need love, what ends up happening is you've gone cold, you know? And what woman really wants to go cold? Like, who really wants to do that?
Exactly. What man wants to go cold? You know, but we can tell by what comes out of a lot of men's and women's mouths, that not only have they gone cold, but they're trying to convince you to go cold, you know, but not us.
Nope.
That's why our channel is Love, Purpose, and Passports. Instead of always talking about and focusing on what's the worst that can happen, we have to start taking time out to focus on what's the best that can happen. What's the best relationship you can make happen together? This has to be your vision.
Yeah. I mean, what's the best relationship you could make happen together? Not the best things the relationship can make happen.
Exactly. And that makes me think of all the building an empire talk. What happens is you end up spending more quality time building the empire than building the relationship. You know, so many people have made the mistake of wanting and using material things to represent the success of the relationship. Like, the more things you acquire together, the better the relationship. There's nothing wrong with having things, but we can acquire things without relationships. And when the relationship ends, what happens? We have to split the things. The problem is, we totally understand that we have to work hard for these things, and we totally understand the value of working hard for these things. We value the person that works hard for these things.
Sure.
But have you noticed, we never really put the same understanding and value to how hard we have to work to build the relationships we want. But we expect the relationship to just happen. You know, not the relationship that we want. We just expect it to just materialize. And, you know, when it's not materialized, it's like, oh, you know, something's wrong. But think about it. We want to get the same outcome that we got when we wanted things we were willing to work hard for years to get and to sacrifice for years to get. You know, I said earlier that people have become relationship weak. It's because there's this mindset that's willing to pay for, sacrifice, and build everything but the relationship. That's just supposed to just happen.
It's interesting that you said that, because I learned how to be in a relationship and work hard for a relationship with you. You know, me, like a lot of the other women that I know, just think that because you love someone and they love you and you decide to commit, that's it. Everything is going to flow. Everything is going to be easy. There's not going to be any problems. But you have to continually work on it forever, every day, for the rest of your lives. And it's an awesome thing to do.
Exactly.
It's an awesome thing to do.
And, you know, and that's what I was going to say. Like, we're not relationship weak. And I say that because it's true, but I want to tell you that it's not because we're, you know, some special people.
No.
It's the years of long distance relationship that we pushed through, you know, that we were willing to sacrifice for. By default, it built a solid foundation for us to build the rest of the relationship on. You know, all those years of talking to each other, all those years of missing each other, all those years of wanting to be with each other, all those years of talking about the future. We didn't know that it was creating a foundation because we were in real time, you know. But then when we finally got together, when we made it to that point, guess what? we had the foundation. We had the foundation, but now we got to build the first floor. You know, we had to build, you know, you start working on that first floor. Then when you build the first floor, when it's complete, guess what? You got to start building the second floor, you know, right? For
sure, real boy. It's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing skyscraper.
Exactly like she said. You know, you're going to keep building. But we're saying this because that just always gets overlooked, like you're going to finally get there. No, you got there for being in a relationship for 1 year. You didn't get there for building a relationship for 2 years. You didn't get there, you know, you got there for building a relationship at 35. You ain't never been in a relationship like that at 36 with that person. So there's always the building the relationship. And the thing is, you have to build the relationship. You have to be relationship strong. You get relationships strong by building the relationship. It's a circle.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going.
You made a very interesting point a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it. And you were talking about how people work on, instead of building the relationship, they might work on building on other projects.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, I want the type of person who's driven, or I want the type of person who's this, or I want the type of person who's that, because we want to be like this great grand power couple, or we want to be like these millionaire, something along those lines. You guys know all the terminology. And then what ends up happening is they completely focus on that, and they neglect the most important thing, which is
building the relationship.
Which is them. And like, we have a lot of projects together, but there are days that all we do is work on us. And I don't even say work on us. We just spend time with each other. We talk to each other. We enjoy talking to each other. We laugh. We have very deep conversations too.
It's what they call quality time.
Exactly. We have a lot of quality time. So
working on us.
We also have a lot of projects that we work on too, but and that's important. But that's not like our priority ever. Our priority is always us. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with things. There's nothing wrong with acquiring things, like I said, but you can acquire things by yourself. Things become a problem. Imagine like the people that have problems because they acquired things by themselves. So now they need someone else that has things, or has the most things, or has more things than them. Things are things, you know what I mean? But nobody puts emphasis, and that's what we're trying to do, on the importance of building the relationship. Yeah. Things will come as the relationship, grows, the relationship becomes stronger. Those things will come out of the relationship. But building those things outside and around the relationship, gets a different result. And so it's best to keep that in mind. It's very important. And the thing is, a person that says, well, yeah, what do what are some of your qualities? Well, I'm really good at building the relationship. I work really hard at building the relationship. I don't know. They just ain't made that sexy yet.
I find it sexy.
I be building those relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the, building those, those giant relationships. Strong relationships. Things have strayed and gone far away from celebrating relationships, real relationships, and not the things surrounding relationships, the things that, make this relationship worthy and all of that. That stuff never, those are the things you can do by yourself. Those are the things you can do. Those are the things you'll be fighting over when you didn't work on the relationship enough.
Hey, so I have a question about something that I hear on social media. So, what are you supposed to say when somebody says, "What do you bring to the table?" Like, do people really ask each other that when they like date? Well, is that like a thing, or is that just like a social media thing? Like, I don't know. Like, if I was in my 20s and somebody were to say to me, "What do you bring to the table?" I'd be like, the plate, ketchup, the silverware, I guess something to drink. What do you bring to the table? Like, it's so confusing. Like, why do you ask people that? Like, I don't understand that.
I mean, you guys can let us know if you really ask that. Ladies, do you really ask that?
I think that
was a thing. I think that was a thing like a few years ago, or maybe a couple years ago. I think they finally stopped talking about that.
Oh.
But yeah, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, like, if someone were to ask me that, I'd be like, a fork, a spoon, like the napkins, like what do you
need?
Yeah, like what? Like, do you need one of those things now? Like, I'm confused. Like,
yeah, it's the thing. I don't know if they still ask that or not. I'm not sure.
Did they ever?
I don't know if they still ask that. Did they ask it? Was that just on social? I don't know. I think maybe for a minute, for a hot second, it was, you need to know you need to come to this date and let me know, what you bring to this table before we go any further.
Oh.
So we always try to talk about, add a little bit of, some of the problems that are going on, but mainly we want to talk about the good things and focus on the good things. You got this, and this information that we're sharing with you, insight that we're sharing with you, maybe you didn't know before the video, maybe you already knew, but your significant other may not understand this yet, and it's very important. So like she was saying, you got to share it. You have to share with your significant other, and you got to make sure that you're not just sharing it as information. You're sharing it as enlightening each other on how you're going to move forward in your relationship, because there's a lot of pieces to this, and people just, like we said, focus on the sexy pieces, but this, hopefully we make it sound good, because it is good. It's part of getting the good outcome, these things. But, right, you have to share it. And then not only share it, but incorporate it into your relationship and let that be one of the things that you guys are on the same page on moving forward.
Right. Communication is key.
It is. And that's why we were saying that, by default, we built a foundation we didn't know we were building, because being in a long distance relationship, you're communicating a lot, at least you should be.
Right.
In all those years of us communicating, once we got here and we got, to actually be together moving forward in the relationship, it's not like, now it's the easy part. No, it's not the easy part. It's a continuation of the relationship, but you'll realize how much of a foundation that you built to be determined to move forward, through the ups and downs, everything, because there's going to be ups and downs, but the downs, they're not pleasant for anybody, but make sure your ups, your ups like that, you got more ups than downs, so we hope you enjoyed this video. This video is for you guys, and we're focusing on getting back to sharing relationship and relationship experience with you guys, because this is the relationship safe space. We're not playing that other stuff, and we're not even really entertaining it that much. We'll take some of the issues and talk about it, but we're not going to be sitting here, parroting the same issues every day and, every video, and the same talking points that, people have gotten so accustomed to hearing, and they got all the answers to all of that. We're not doing that.
Furus.
At the Furu disciples. Look, love, purpose, and passports. So what we want you to do right now? We would like for you to like and subscribe. Love, purpose, and passports. Peace.